I'm Madhu Sharma and this is Design Mind. Every episode we teach your mind about design by analysing a website. In this episode of Design Mind, we are looking at RadianBoston.com, which has a corporate brochure style. The Radian is a skyscraper in Boston, and the site promotes the apartments that are available for sale. The site emulates the style of a corporate brochure, and this has two key benefits. Firstly, corporate brochures carry values of quality, professionalism, reliability, and luxury. By emulating this style, these values are transferred to the website. This is naturally important given the significant amount of money apartments cost. Secondly, this style isn't used that frequently on the web, so it will allow the site to stand out and be more memorable. Again, this is important as the customer will probably look at several apartment sites in one go. Before we analyse the individual pages, I want to look at the use of typography and color, which are used throughout the site. This charcoal black is used as a background in several places, such as on the sidebar of this content page, as a background for this page, as the main colour for this diagram, and of course on the logo itself. As the colour is used in large blocks, it tends to be quite striking, which creates a professional and trustworthy feel. The typography emulates the look of a corporate brochure. It has sans serif fonts for the headlines and traditional serif fonts for the body text. Its association with the corporate brochure communicates values of professionalism and quality. Let's start by analysing the front page. The front page uses a grid to showcase all the content on the site. The result is a very visual experience that is also captivating. The images show a diverse range of scenes, which could lead to confusion, but the site manages to bring order in two ways. Firstly, the grid follows a strict pattern, as you'll notice that each section has a large lead image that is accompanied with two sub-images. The lead image alternates by being placed on the left and then the right, which helps to mark out the different sections. Secondly, the site quite wisely displays its photos in black and white. This helps to unify them and calm down their contents. It also creates an elegant upmarket feel. Hovering over the images causes a coloured version to subtly fade in. As the photographs use a soft focus, the fade in colour makes them feel like happy memories, which obviously gives them a powerful emotional effect. Let's analyse the content pages. What's immediately noticeable about these pages is that they contain little content. Despite this, they manage to reinforce messages of quality, sophistication, and authority, which is primarily achieved through the design. In the design, the photos take centre stage, with text being constrained to the sidebar. This is a technique that's often used in corporate brochures. The photos themselves depict emotive and intimate scenes, such as this image of a couple in front of a breathtaking skyline, or this image of a happy couple walking dogs in a picturesque garden. It's exactly the lifestyle you want when buying an apartment. The large size of the image allows their emotional power to be dramatically intensified, which will leave a deep impact on the user. We've already discussed the benefits that a charcoal background brings. On the content pages, it has the additional benefit of acting as a balance to the large images and ensuring that the text does not get lost. The user can browse through the content in two ways. The first is just by scrolling. When doing this, the content fades in, enhancing the slick feeling of the design. The second mode is by using these navigation arrows on the side. This makes the page operate like a slideshow, and so makes the page feel like an important and authoritative presentation. Most pages on the site follow the same layout. The only exception is the availability page, as it contains a data table. Even then, it adopts the corporate brochure style through its use of fonts and spacing. When clicking on a link, the information is displayed in the familiar two-column layout of the content pages. The charcoal black is even more powerful on the diagram as it jumps off the white background. Let's examine the navigation. It consists of this large sidebar that appears on every page. The cream background is very corporate-like, bringing values of elegance and sophistication. It nicely complements the charcoal black. The logo is surrounded with plenty of space and is centralized on the page. This allows it to be recognizable and have a strong presence without being dominating. One aspect I really like is the fluid nature of the navigation. For example, the navigation appears at the top of the screen and so is the first element the user sees. When clicking on a link, this secondary sidebar is the next item the user sees. This creates a fluid transition from the main navigation to the sub-navigation. This fluidity is also present on the content pages. When browsing in slideshow mode, this X appears in the top right, providing an effortless route back to the home page. In addition, the bottom of each page reuses the tiles grid and so offers a friction-free method for the user to select their next page. This fluid browsing experience makes the site feel very slick and well thought out. It connects back to the values of professionalism and quality. Let's examine the site on mobile. On mobile, the site navigation has been reworked into a traditional horizontal bar. A new Call Radian option has been added, which is quite handy as an interested user on mobile probably wants to phone to book to view an appointment. Of course, this button runs the risk of being distracting, but the site quite wisely hides it when the user scrolls down. The rest of the site follows the main design but compresses it into a single column. This is a bit disappointing, as at this smaller size the images lose their impact. They would have been much better off using a single image but making it bigger. On the content pages, the large images result in cumbersome scrolling. It would have been better if they had used a content shield to make it easier to jump between the subsections. In conclusion, Radian does an excellent job of translating the corporate brochure style to the web. The result is a brilliant website that looks slick, professional, and authoritative. It leaves a lasting impression on customers thanks especially to the emotive photography. Users will be left with no doubt that a Radian apartment will lead to an enjoyable life. That's it for this episode of Design Mind. A new episode is released every Monday and Thursday. Find us on the web at www.designmind.info. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/designmindinfo. You can also find us on iTunes. We'd love it if you could leave us a review at any of these places. Until next time, happy designing!